What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today, I'm bringing you another EDC walk and talk, but I'm re-recording this video because, like a bonehead, I actually had pulled something out to kind of demonstrate what I'm about to talk about, and it had all of my contact information on there. Can't believe I did it. Anyway, so here we are, take two. All right, so what I actually want to talk about today are some of the production knives from knife manufacturers who I think have some of the best and probably potentially in some cases most underrated factory edges that you can get on a knife. And the first manufacturer that I want to talk about is actually going to be from Kershaw ZT. These are two manufacturers, or actually this is one manufacturer. This is the budget line and this is the more premium line for Kershaw ZT. And I think a lot of people severely and seriously overlook the edges that come on these knives from the factory. So this is still the factory edge on the Skyline here, and just what a fantastic edge. The ZT has seen a little bit of wear and tear. I haven't stropped it up or anything recently, but man, still what a fantastic edge. And just to demonstrate that a little bit further, just watch how it goes through this cardboard. I mean, that is impressive. It's buttery smooth, and then even though the Skyline's smaller, that 20 CV just absolutely melting through that cardboard. I mean, talk about a fantastic edge. They do such a good job over there at ZT Kershaw. And one of the knives that I actually forgot to bring down here for the video is going to be the Leak that has 14C28N. Both of these have their 20 CV, but wow, just awesome factory edges from Kershaw ZT. I wish they would make more of these here. This is a $99 20 CV American made knife, and pretty good. Had a little bit of a light detent. It is thin, so it's a la bug out size. So if you're not into like a thin knife for your EDC, then you want to move past this one. Only other complaint besides the light detent is actually going to be the carry position for the clip. It's very shallow in pocket. But again, 99 bucks, fantastic edge, really nice stone washing. Kershaw, please, more of this. Kershaw ZT, please, please, please. Everyone knows, I think, how I feel about the 0562. One of my favorite knives, fantastic ergo, and again, that factory edge for such a bigger knife is really impressive, just how sliced. Next up, we're going to talk about a brand that I don't think is going to surprise anyone, and that is going to be Savey Slash. They have some of the nicest edges, factory edges, that you can get. I think that they do consistent heat treat and they consistently have nice edges. I have a couple of variants here so you can see. This is the Roxy 3. This has S35 VN blade steel on it. Sorry, I am trying not to be up on the camera and show you this, but you can just tell. And this is their Nitro V. This is their 20 CV. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how consistent, even though we have 4 different steels on the table. This is their 14C28N. I don't think I have a factory edge on here, but I did lay this one back 18 degrees. I think I need to just strop it up just a tiny bit, but just to kind of show you again, the heat treat on there is so amazing on these knives, and they just absolutely glide through the cardboard. It is fantastic. Oops, I don't want to bump them into each other, trying to take care of my knives. But I mean, just fantastic edges. It is hard not to give them props for the work and the effort that they put into their edges. And of course, you know, these knives have fantastic build qualities, but they produce at a higher volume than some of your more boutique knives. like riots and things of that nature that are in and out, hard to get a hold of. These are more readily available production knives, and I really do like the Wee and Savey edges and the heat treats that they do with their knives. Really good examples here that I have been enjoying for quite a while. This, by the way, is the Beacon. I did forget to mention that. That was the Conspirator that I just put away. And this is their newest model, the Chevalier, which is fun to say, but it had a nice factory edge, but in this instant, because it was a little bit thicker geometry, I did lay that back to 18. The edge itself is pretty good. I think there's one or two spots that I just need to smooth out just a tiny bit on this knife, but otherwise came out really good. The work sharp is pretty easy to use. You just got to have a little bit of patience, take your time, and make sure you use really light movements as you're doing that. All right, let's keep going. There's another knife manufacturer here that I really do like a lot as well, and that is going to be Hogue. I apologize. I left my mini Doug Ritter upstairs. That one has the freshest edge and the 20 CV up there. But Hogue, I've had the Deca, I've had the large Doug Ritter, I have the SIG K320, and upstairs I have the mini Doug Ritter the Doug Ritter Mini RSK MK1, which is a really good knife. But whoever does their edges, man, give them a raise. It is, and I apologize because this knife here gets used a ton, but their edges are really good from the factory. I need to strap this one up, but I mean, it is amazing how consistent their edges are when they come from the factory. Really great treatment. And again, you know, for a larger knife with a slightly thicker geometry, it just shreds the cardboard. And I know the paper here, I can't see, and I know I have a little bit of a dull edge, but for the most part, even having used this to break down so many boxes, it's still performing pretty well. I think I have a snag right there. I keep hanging up. A little bit of a bumpy edge there, but Hogue, man, their factory edges are really good. I know this is probably a really bad example, but this guy, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. You can see he definitely has been used, and I do like to go to this one a lot to break down the boxes because it's so comfortable. You have a really nice choke up position here because it does have the guard from the sharpened edge, and it has been stropped a couple times. But this one here, the SIG K320 made by Hogue, is fantastic. This S30V has decimated a bunch of boxes, and it still feels really good going through the cardboard. It probably just needs a little bit of a stropping at this point. All right, so next up on my list is going to be Protec. I've had quite a few Protecs. Right now, this is the only one that I have in my inventory, but this Malibu with the 20 CV, even though it looks like it's a thicker stock with a thicker geometry, just incredibly well done. I mean, the edge on it, I've lost the paper. The edge on it is just fantastic. Let me demonstrate this so that you can see just how nice that edge is. And then even though it has the thicker geometry and you would think you'd have a hard time going through the cardboard, that is not the case. This thing just absolutely glides through the cardboard. Now this one doesn't get nearly as much use as the SIG K320 that you just saw out here, but I did want to demonstrate just how amazing the edge is from Hogue. I mean, from Protec, and the fact that that stone wash that they do on their blade does an excellent job just kind of masking all of the, I guess you would say, battle scars. I don't know what else to call them, but Protec does a fantastic job. I've had at least 3 of their knives, and their edges are always fantastic, and this is just such a great example of the button lock system on the Malibu. I just love the sounds. I can't quite do it as fast under the camera. Just excellent knife. So Protec, another one that's on the list. I'm going to go ahead and move some more of this crap out of the way. It's starting to pile up really quick, guys. So last but not least is definitely one of my favorite manufacturers with factory production edges, and that is going to be none other than Spyderco themselves. No matter which one you're getting, they just have amazing factory edges, just absolutely gliding through anything that you put in front of it. Doesn't matter if it's the S30V, the 20CV, the M4. Oops. No, this one gets a lot of use. Or the 20CV again. Yeah, this one definitely needs a strop. And you can tell the knives that I go to the most because when it hits the paper, it doesn't want to cut in as nicely as the ones that I carry on occasion or carry often but use on occasion. But you saw that 20CV on the Indela there. Just excellent edges from Spyderco. And then once again, when it comes time to get into the cardboard, just excellent. I mean, it feels like it just glides through there effortlessly. The M4 is treated really well. I have another M4 knife on the way. That'll be on the channel soon. Gosh, I tell you though, the thinness of this Indela, when you get to that one, holy cow. I mean, the line is clean. You can see a little bit of fraying from where I think I was using. I don't know if that was from the Yojimbo 2 or not. And even their S30V. I know they have S30V on a lot of knives still. And this has the thickest geometry on the table. But even then, just impressive edges. And their heat treat is done really well. That's the other thing that I really like about Spyderco. All these manufacturers actually, thinking back through everything that we've talked, excellent heat treats. Edges work really well. Took it through, you know, gosh, just that thing, it feels exactly the same going from the Shaman to the Indela. Okay, maybe not quite the same, but it does feel like it glides through there effortlessly. I'm really surprised. I thought maybe I haven't stropped this up in a while. I thought I stropped this up. Nah, it definitely needs a little bit of strop up. You can feel it out towards the tip. Or is this also, oh yeah, I felt it on this side. It's got a sticker label on there, and I'm usually much better at cleaning my knives off. Yeah, I can feel it in my hand. So that's what's going on a little bit there. I probably grabbed it and was cutting into something and just didn't realize. Oh yeah, there we go. Whoops. Get kind of close to my fingers there. Yeah, there's a little bit left on there still, but it's definitely gummed up. Probably could use a little bit of a strop, but it feels much better now that I've kind of cleaned it off a little bit. So I guess I just need to clean it off. But those are 5 of my personal favorite factory edges for production knives. Now, I know that there's boutique out there and custom and limited run small volume knives that probably have really good knives. And I know that there's more higher end. You can, you know, Chris Reeves and things of that nature. But I thought, like, for obtainable knives that are more readily available and more prominent in the industry and in the community, these are 5 of my favorites. But what I'd like to know is, are any of these your favorites? And if not, or even if they are, let me know in the comments. But if not, let me know who else or what other manufacturer out there that has a production edge that does high volume production pretty much that you like and that you've seen that you get consistent edge performance and heat treat from. I know there's probably plenty of others. These are just 5 of my favorite, but I'd love to hear yours. Leave them down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed, you're awesome. Thank you so much for the support and supporting this channel. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.